Andrea Ku and I'm the gardener in residence at Bluecoat. The gardener in residence role came about in response to the COVID pandemic, funded by Without Walls, to kind of get people to come into Liverpool city centre, enjoy culture and heritage and arts, to come into the Bluecoat as well and to enjoy this beautiful green space, the garden courtyard that they have at Bluecoat. I jumped at the chance to work in the Bluecoat garden, to become the garden in residence, because it is a beautiful garden. It's something I remember certainly from the 80s and 90s and how it's changed. It's just a lovely, peaceful haven to have right in the middle of the city centre. My approach to gardening is to grow things that work well with each other. So things that, if something likes shade or likes damper sort of conditions, have something under a tree or in a darker patch, and just read the garden, read that landscape and see what you think will work well there. You know, if you're going to have birds, are they going to come in, provide habitat and shelter and homes for them? Same with invertebrates, insects, bees, ladybirds, even wasps, providing homes for everything, because it just creates a large eco-web in a space like the Bluecoat garden. You've got huge kind of eco-web. If we can't see it, a lot of it is underground, but all feeds into everything that is over the ground and things that we can't see, tiny things. They all link together and they all feed each other. I don't use pesticide or weed killers, only because it's in the eyes of the sort of beholder really what a weed is. And a lot of times weeds are things like, people can think of them as dandelions, but they provide so much pollen and nectar for bees, for any early pollinators, and they're always the kind of the evil thing to spray with weedol. It not only kills what you're after, so just say a dandelion, it also gets into the system, the ecosystem of the garden, so it gets into the soil, gets into the worms, gets into the plants and the roots, and it's a knock-on effect. So anything that feeds off those creates a chain. It doesn't just stop where you've sprayed it, it carries on, doesn't go away. The Bluecoat garden does have some really beautiful, lovely features here. I mean, you've got the two ash here, which are amazing, and so they're creating this nice shade. And when people come in, because it's such a public space, people come in and they're forced to look up and to enjoy everything, the nature around them. They're providing a lot of forage and shelter and food for lots of different insects, more so that there's not much, maybe not much around else in Liverpool city centre. These are going to offer a lot of those things, and a lot of bird boxes up there, so it'd be good to find out if we've had any nesting birds in there. They've got some aces here, and they're Japanese maple trees, and they colour beautifully, quite slowly compared to a lot of other trees. So you've got those in here amongst some evergreens, some evergreen shrubs, and how the light comes through and it gets dappled through the trees to see a lot of different texture, colour, sounds. So it's just a lovely kind of breezy, airy space. I've been beekeeping for 10 years now, so I was involved with a community garden, and it was another beekeeper approached me and said, why don't you learn about beekeeping? It's, you know, you'll learn a lot about gardens and plants. And I just thought, what a weird thing to say. So I did anyway, I had to go, and then it's stuck with me ever since. I've got 35 beehives now, which is quite a lot for me. I didn't think I was going to have that many. But I teach beekeeping. This year I've had to teach it online. So I think I've taught 2020 about 250 people online this year. Within the garden residence role, I will be delivering an online Zoom lesson. So people, if they want to know about what's growing in the Bluecoat garden, how you can look after it, because a lot of the plants here are quite common that a lot of people have in their gardens. So what you can do if you wanted to, for example, collect seeds from plants, or how to cut things back ready for winter, how to compost leaves down, or what you can grow now for spring, all those different things. I'll be doing a Q&A online. I've made some educational, environmentally friendly bee bags, which contain activities revolving around bees. So just make them more aware of what bees do, why they're important, why they're needed. I think Einstein, there was a quote that he said, if we didn't have bees in 3 years, there'd be no mankind. So that's why we really need to help the bees and to help nature, you know, as a whole.